Family, help me understand something. How does someone stand on a U.S. political stage, praise American leadership, speak with full conviction, but legally can't vote for any of the people they're praising? Let's start with one simple fact. Nicki Minaj cannot vote in the United States. So why was she on a political stage speaking like someone who can? This isn't about silencing anybody. It's about accountability. And tonight, we're looking at the difference. Let's look at the timeline. In 2018, Nicki used her story, coming to America as an undocumented 5-year-old, to fight against border enforcement. She used the immigrant struggle to align with the vulnerable. But by 2025, the status changed, so the alliances shifted. Now she aligns with a platform focused on mass deportation, policies that would have targeted her former self. And this raises the question: how do you gatekeep Michael B. Jordan, a foundational Black American, for naming his rum Juve, demanding he respect your heritage, but then pivot to support a political movement that historically disregards the lineage of the people who made you rich? Let's examine the data. To understand the skepticism from the grassroots, we must look at the precedent Nicki Minaj established herself. She has historically positioned herself as a strict guardian of culture, specifically her culture. To understand the double standard, we have to look at the rules she enforced. When Michael B. Jordan launched Juve, Nicki didn't just critique the name, she offered a public history lesson. She effectively told a descendant of American chattel slavery that he lacked the cultural license to use Caribbean terminology without proper homage. Her stance was precise. Cultural ownership matters. Lineage matters. And Jordan, respecting this boundary, apologized and rebranded the company. He followed the rules she set. But here's where the consistency breaks down. While Minaj demanded strict adherence to cultural boundaries for her own heritage, she has frequently navigated the aesthetics of other cultures with a much looser set of rules. In 2018, she released Chun-Li, a track built entirely around the persona of a Chinese video game character. Critics noted the heavy use of stereotypes and the mix of Asian imagery. When pressed on this, the defense was that it was simply homage or cosplay. There was no rebranding. This establishes a pattern of selective gatekeeping. It suggests that while her Caribbean heritage must be protected from appropriation, other cultures are available for use. And this cultural inconsistency sets the stage for the political pivot we are seeing in 2025. If cultural appropriation is the taking of aesthetics without permission, then what we witnessed at Turning Point USA was the appropriation of political voice. Here is the reality. Nicki Minaj has lived in the United States for over 30 years. She has generated generational wealth here. But legally, she remains a permanent resident. In the political sense, she is a guest in the American system. And in December 2025, she used that position to speak on behalf of the citizenry. Notice the specific focus of her advocacy. She stood on a stage built by American conservatives, a platform historically hostile to the specific claims of Black Americans, and she used that microphone to plead for Nigeria? She thanked Donald Trump for designating Nigeria a country of particular concern. She leveraged a massive platform, supported largely by foundational Black Americans, to prioritize a foreign policy issue. The grassroots critique here is not that she cares about Nigeria. It is the displacement of priority. There is a noticeable silence on the specific economic and civil rights issues affecting the descendants of U.S. slavery, the very people who comprise her core demographic. This aligns with a dynamic often discussed in FBA circles, the disconnect between economic benefit and political allegiance. The concern is that one can extract wealth from Black American culture, but when it comes time to advocate, the political capital is spent elsewhere. She demands Michael B. Jordan respect her Caribbean lineage, but she uses her influence to validate a political movement that often dismisses ours.